A useful arrangement that's easy to construct in country where timber is everywhere for the taking is a rack for the sleds, skis, equipment, and weapons to keep them out of the snow and in good working condition. And when snow is piled up around the base of the tent, it stays warmer and is more secure from the wind.
A long winter is at our doorstep. Imagine the technology that stands between us and Mother Nature. Suddenly gone. The lights go out. We are exposed. It's a struggle to stay warm. The roads are no longer safe. It's the quiet apocalypse. It's the long dark.
There isn't really a game out there right now that delves into the nitty-gritty details of like what would you have to do to survive. And in The Long Dark, we're really focused on that. At the heart of the game, it's really about that survival simulation.
Living in the city, anybody can live, but living in this, woods, it just feels like you have to be a little bit more mature. You have to be a bit more grown up to survive and know what you're doing. And we're trying to telling that to the audience in a beautiful way.
The Long Dark to me is a game that I want to play as a gamer, and it's a game that I want to make as a developer.
The Long Dark to me is a story about struggle. It's about when the world falls apart. People, will be grouping together and trying to sort of find each other, but there'll be conflicts. There'll be moral choices that you have to make that will, affect what happens down the road and how people perceive you and treat you.
There's going to be panic, and there's going to be people are going to start to behave badly. NPCs and possibly players.
It's like a survival sandbox, basically, that they can go into, and we give them a bunch of interesting choices. We give them some interesting characters to interact with, and we have a bit of a mystery as to what's going on in the world, and then, let them go and experience and find out for themselves what's going on.
We haven't seen a game like it before. We're melding exploration with these themes. It's not about the combat, it's not about the shooting. The Long Dark is going to be a very unique game.
The thing about The Long Dark is it's plausible to me, so it's a little spooky. So it's like, what if this actually did happen?
We want to draw players into an experience that is thought-provoking, but is also beautiful. And we want them to be connected and engaged with the world that we're creating, which means there has to be something there that is magical. And I think that's one of the reasons why for us the aurora is such an important symbol. It's like a visual metaphor for how the world has changed. It's a visual metaphor for the power of nature. And it's also just a beautiful thing to look at. And I think that for us, really the mood and atmosphere that we were trying to create is this interesting contrast between like that struggle for day-to-day survival, but also believing that there's something worth surviving for in the world. And it's people, and it's the beautiful world that we live in, and it's trying to do what is needed for a better future.
You're a human being who has to make choices that they may not be 100% comfortable with, but the reality is it's a choice between living or dying.
Having to be concerned about your day-to-day survival, looking for food and water, being concerned about wildlife that you might encounter, other survivors that you might run into along the way. What are their motivations? Are they trying to kill you? Do they have knowledge that you might use, to survive?
Another major reason why players, I think, should keep an eye on The Long Dark is the really amazing team that we've put together so far. Just an incredible depth of talent that we have.
Every single one of them is, 10 to 20 year veteran of the industry, an amazing collaborator and is a leader in their own field. And I think collectively it creates this amazing kind of energy.
There's a power in the game's medium that is like nothing else. And I feel like with this project, it's pushing that forward. And I feel like if I was an investor, that's what I'd want to invest in, is something that's actually pushing things forward rather than the status quo.
We couldn't do this without a community, and anything that I can do to help you get the answers you want, to know anything you want to know about the project, that's what I'm here to do.
I'm really excited about The Long Dark. We have an amazing team working on this game. We're going to build something that is groundbreaking and amazing, and we want you to be part of it. So back us, become part of the community, help us make The Long Dark an amazing, memorable experience.